Hello, it's Kate here, mynaturalhappiness.com, Reading School of Reiki, helping you go from hamster to happiness. So I've been asked today to, somebody asked me today why I do what I do and how I got into this. And it really made me stop and think about my big why, which was really powerful, so I thought I would share. So I was, in terms of the how, I was in the corporate environment and I followed what everybody is told to do in society, I think, is guided to do in the Thames Valley, which is to, when I was leaving school, you got a job and you went and you did your 9 to 5, you did your time, as it were, and then you could retire. And so I went into an office job, and then that wasn't quite enough. So I moved into doing field sales work, and ended up driving 100 miles a day, meeting after meeting after meeting, and I was shattered. And it was really hard. I mean, the finances were obviously very, very, very nice, and at the same time, there was more to life. I was exhausted and I was shattered, and there seemed so much more to life than I was getting. I was out of the house more than I was in the home, and it was really hard, really hard. And during that time I'd learned lots of tools and techniques to help me work with my energy. So I had learned Reiki, mindfulness, meditation, and it was a case of actually I didn't allow myself to implement that, and I didn't have time to bring Reiki into my life every single day, and I didn't have time to look after myself, which then resulted in me receiving three very hard nudges from the universe that I needed to look after myself a little bit more. The last being that I had a major car crash. I won't go into all three on the video, but the last being that I had a major car crash. I fainted on the motorway, junction 11 of the M4, at 5:15 on a Tuesday evening. Went across 3 lanes of traffic and nobody hit me, which was incredible. Woke up in a ditch. And that was my universal nudge that things had to change and things had to just shift, that I couldn't keep giving everything to the job and not giving to myself. So after some recuperation, I ended up in, I could barely walk. A good day was walking around my garden, and so I spent 6 months, probably nearer 9 months, recuperating, learning how to walk again, looking after myself, working on my core strengths, and then I went back into the corporate environment with a completely different mindset. I made sure that I allowed time every day for meditation. I made sure I brought Reiki into everything I did. I made sure I was mindful. I made sure that I looked after me before I looked after the job. And so I got to have the most successful 2 years I think I've ever had, not even 3, in terms of the sales, because I looked after me first before looking after others. And so it became a mission of mine, an absolute mission of mine, to ensure that I got to share that learning with people who are stressed, tired, exhausted and fed up. And it's my daily mission to share the message that it doesn't have to be the way that society thinks it should be, that actually you can be in the corporate environment with kindness, compassion and love. You can look after yourself and still do a good job. That you can take 5-minute meditation breaks and be more effective because of it. That you can take care of yourselves and do a better job for your employers. And that's something that I am so passionate about, that I bring into everything that I do. When I share the tools and people come on courses with me, I teach them how to weave Reiki into their lives so that it's not a standalone. I teach them how to bring Reiki into their daily life, how to bring meditation in, how to bring mindfulness in, how to carve out time for themselves so that they can look after others. It's everything that I do to make sure that other people can be the best that they can be, and they hold their energy, and they can stand strong with love, kindness and compassion in the corporate world. And that's the why, to share the love and compassion across the corporate world, and to make sure that people look after themselves, to take care of others. That's the why, and that's the reason why I do what I do. Which is amazing. So thank you to Mark for this video challenge of sharing the how and the why, because it's really resonated with me, and it's really important to sometimes just come back to the who do you want to serve and why do you want to serve them, and it's so that I can help people look after themselves so that they don't need to reach breaking point, that they can do the daily job and be in the daily grind of the corporate environment or the self-employed environment, because sometimes people put that much pressure on themselves, but be in that daily grind and take care of themselves so they can keep going. That's the why. So thank you, with so much love, and goosebumps all over. Kate, mynaturalhappiness.com, helping me go from hamster to happiness. So much love. Hello, this is Kate, mynaturalhappiness.com, running school of Reiki, taking you from hamster to happiness. This is Zenobia. Zenobia has been a client for a few months now, and is here to tell her story, which is just amazing. So Zenobia, could you just say where you were when you first walked through the door and how you felt?
Oh my god, when I first met Kate, I like 5 minutes into our conversation I burst into tears for like hours. I couldn't stop. I was crying on and off because my life was just a big mess and I just couldn't put myself together. I was in a very dark place. I didn't want to wake up in the morning. I didn't have energy to play with my daughter. I just wanted basically to die. I was in that situation. That was before Kate, before Reiki.
And where are you now? And what are the 3 biggest changes that you've noticed?
Oh my god, well, I am super happy at the moment. I have myself a very nice job, which is the opposite of what I had before that was making me so unhappy. I had all the energy I need to play with my daughter and to spend quality time with my partner. And I mean, overall, I just feel back to be myself again, and even better than ever before.
Yeah. That's just, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I do a lot of hugging to clients. Thank you. How quickly did you notice these changes? Because from where you were to feeling like that every day, to just wanting to get up and get on and be with your daughter and start creating amazing shifts in your life, how quickly did you see results?
Well, they actually happened very quickly and gradually in the first month with the first session of Reiki. But when I first noticed that big change was when I asked you to give me a Reiki session as part of my Reiki course, and after that session, in 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks, my life changed completely. I actually found 2 jobs on the same day, which is one of them is the one I have now, and that was 2 weeks after that session. My health problems that I had at that time were all resolved at the same time in those 2 weeks, and the problems I had with my previous company also finished on the same day that I found these other 2 jobs. That was exactly 2 Thursdays after I met with Kate. So I think that during the course I gradually progressed, but after the Reiki session it was like a machine. It was 2 weeks, bam, 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 and things just happened all in one day. It was amazing.
So good. And just seeing you now, it's just like you're you.
Yeah.
It's a different person that
But
walked through the door.
I feel even more me than I was before I had those issues. If you know what I mean. It was like I've been discovering part of myself that was hidden and that I want to meet. I wanted to meet this person that was inside me, and you allowed that to happen. And you keep doing that every time I meet you, or just by all the teachings that you give me and all the tools that you offer me to practice at home. I can feel that those tools make me a different person. So I start changing the way I think or the way I react to things, and the way I actually feel calmer, and other people feel calmer around me. My partner noticed that, and he's been with me for 4 years, so he knows me sometimes better than I know myself, and he told me that I'm a totally different person from like the Zenobia he met 4 years ago, a much better version of me. And also thanks to you, Kate.
I just allowed you the space to do it and gave you the tools to work with Reiki, mindfulness, manifestation work at home. And you did the work. You did the work.
A cheesy expert.
Yeah, I just share. If there's anybody out there watching this video that's feeling the way that you were then, what would you say to them if you could through the camera? What would you say?
Well, I would say, if you could get to meet Kate, I would recommend you to come to one of her, either do the Reiki 1 course to self Reiki at home, whereas as I say, as part of that course you also get 4 sessions which you can use for different things, but you can use them for Reiki from her to you, or you just want to experience a Reiki session from Kate, that will definitely change lots of the blockages that are stopping things to manifest in your life. And many people might feel skeptic about Reiki, but I can tell you, and I have proof, evidence what happened to me was thanks to Kate, because things were not moving. And what I can tell you is, just go and give her a call and book a Reiki class or course with her, because it's worth it, and the change in you, that's forever, and it will stay with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate.
I'm going to sign out before I start crying. Thank you so much. So beautiful video testimony from the amazing Zenobia, who has just the shifts from when you first walked through this door to now is just incredible. So thank you so much for choosing me. Thank you so much for being willing to share your experiences with others, so that it's about helping others who are where you were. That's what I do. So so if this story has resonated with you, give me a shout. It's Kate, mynaturalhappiness.com, Reading School of Reiki, taking you from hamster wheel to happiness. Thank you so much, Zenobia, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Look forward to hearing from you if you think you need to move through some blockages in your world. Take care, and so much love.
Bye.